How is it going, everybody? This is the first of 4 episodes for Junior. Special thing I'm doing this month for the diecast of the week. And honestly, let's just get right into it right now. So to start things off, I'm going to hit on a couple of Busch Series cars that Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove back in the day. So to start things off here, we got Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 1998 AC Delco Chevy Monte Carlo. Give you guys a quick tour of this car here. And there you go. So, to start things off, the first, issue I have of this car, and honestly, it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to start off talking about the issue, and then I'm going to talk about the positive things afterward. And there's only one real issue with this car. And the issue being, it looks almost exactly like Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s car. I'll show you guys Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s car from the same exact year, 1998. As you see, GM Goodwrench Plus. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same. You got the same grade stripe on here. The colors are a little different. We'll talk more about that later, but like the same 3. The way how the logos are placed are pretty much the same. I mean, it is a beautiful car. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm not too much of a fan of how the car 100% plays onto Dale Sr.'s car, and I kind of wish the car had a little more of its own identity. But at the same time, that's what Dale Earnhardt wanted. I'm personally not a fan of it, but oh well. But let's talk about all the positives. So first of all, the size of the decals are perfect. You got AC Delco here, Burger King here, Snap-on here, We Care back here, and it's plenty busy. So I definitely do appreciate that. The next thing I do love too is the colors. So it's not black, as I mentioned, like Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s car. It's blue. And just the specific color of blue is really nice, like, because it's not like bright blue or not like regular blue, like the 100% blue. It's like a more darker navy blue with a little bit of a red hint to it, which is great. I definitely do appreciate that. One thing I also do appreciate too is that this car was made by Winner's Circle. If you guys don't know, Winner's Circle is one of the first car manufacturer groups to create 164 and some 124 size diecasts. And so I got this car in 1998 actually, and I'm very impressed with how well it has held up. And then of course, one thing I also do love about this car is of course the unique number 3. Definitely a unique number style back in the day, and it still holds true today. So that is my take on this car. It is a beautiful car. I just wish it wasn't so identical to Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s Cup car. Wish it had a little more of its own identity, but it is what it is. So I'm going to give Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 1998 Busch Series car 4 stars. Alright, so I'm going to move this over to the side now, and I'm going to move on to the second Busch Series car. So this car was driven in 2002 by Dale Earnhardt Jr., and so he was in the Cup Series at the time. And so Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Busch Series car, the Looney Tunes scheme that he drove at Richmond. So I'll give you guys a quick little tour of this car. And I'm going to go a little slower with this because there is a lot to look at on this car. Now, as a quick side note, I did not buy this car in the recent purchase of diecast from diecastsports.com. I did get this car, I believe, I want to say like 2010, I think it was. Not too sure, I just know I did not get it recently. So to start things off on this car, the orange is a great idea. And the simple reason why makes the car unique. Orange light green is one of those unique colors that is not really shown on many cars across the racetrack. So when you make the decision to go orange, that immediately will make the car stand out. And when it did race in the Busch Series race, it definitely did. And if I remember correctly, it led 140 of the 250 laps, which is fantastic, and it ended up winning the race. So another thing I want to talk about in this car is the front. Now at first I thought it was just like a jumbled up mess, because I know you got the red hairy dude here, and he's doing some stuff on the front, but if you look closer, what he's doing is that he is ripping the front of the hood, because originally the hood was going to be all orange, But the dude's like, no, no way, we need to rip this off. And underneath you got this white hood, and it's supposed to be the GR Motorsports logo. And so I think that's very creative that this dude went ahead and is like ripping it off. Because when I was little, I thought it was just some weird jumbled up mess, but no, there's actually like details, and there's a reason why it is the way it is. Then the other thing too I like about this car is all the Looney Tunes, or most of them if you will, are shown on this car. You got Bugs Bunny, Sylvester and Tweety, Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, Marvin the Martian. You saw Tasmanian Devil on the other side. Not all of them, like Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd are missing, which is a little disappointing. Speedy Gonzalez too, but I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Which then actually takes me to my only real issue with this car. You notice the lack of contingencies here on the front? Now, surprisingly, I actually do find a little bit of an issue on that. Now, I understand why. Well, actually, I don't. But, like, I know here Marvin the Martian is here on the front, which is cool. But if they really wanted to counteract that, they would have another Looney Tunes character here. Like Yosemite Sam or something like that. Like, having him playing along with, like, the ripped sheet metal that is painted on this car. I don't know. It's just, in my opinion, it just seems so bare right here that I really wish they could have done more with that part of the car. And just overall, there was just a good lack of decals on this car. But like at the same time, I understand like why they made this car. It's just a huge promo car for the Looney Tunes rematch, which is great, I might add. And just as a quick side note, I did get this car. This was the other Busch Series Looney Tunes car. I did get this just a few days ago in that diecast sports purge, if you want to call it. And it's Dale Earnhardt. And so I guess if you're wondering where Yosemite Sam is, he's on this car. And as I said, it was driven by Dale Earnhardt. So that's just why I give you guys a quick look on this car. All right, so back to Dale Earnhardt Jr. So I guess that's where Yosemite Sam is. But I guess, I don't know, I just wish they could have put something here. I know there's a few just shards of debris or something like that, but I wish they could have done more. But overall, absolutely great looking car, very beautiful car, and so I'm going to give Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 8 Looney Tunes Chevrolet in the Busch Series 4 stars. I'll go ahead, I'll put the cars right next to each other. So beautiful cars. Dale Earnhardt Jr. as a whole has several great looking cars, and so I greatly do appreciate that. So it's going to be tough to find a car that's not as good for Dale Earnhardt Jr., but you know what? Not all cars are perfect, but not all cars are bad either. It's a good array, if you will. I'm going to wrap up this episode here of the Diecast of the Week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I still got 3 more episodes to go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.